Welcome to a special segment of TV Nuisance. We have with us Vivek Kaul, independent journalist, author, economic commentator. You can catch all his work on vivekkaul.com, and I'm going to get straight into with my questions. Do you invest? What do you invest in? And do you listen to news anchors before investing?
Okay. Yeah, I do invest. And in fact, almost all the money that I've been able to save up over the years has been through investing in mutual funds.
Okay.
I have rarely invested in stocks. I mean, I have some investment in stocks, but nahi ke barabar hai. In the last 20 months, a lot of money which was in stocks indirectly through mutual funds, I've moved that out. It's now largely in bank deposits,
okay.
giving me a negative rate of return. Then I also invest, the mandatory 1.5 lakh rupees in public provident fund every year. And I have some investments in gold, बहुत conservative.
And do you watch television news anchors?
No.
Do you listen to them and listen to their advice?
No.
मुनाफे का फायदा and all that?
नहीं.
फिलहाल बाजार थोड़ा सुस्ताता हुआ, थोड़ा sideways event में जाता हुआ.
See, one thing I've realized over the years is that making money through investment is both simple and difficult at the same time. It's simple because the investment principles are very, very straightforward. It's difficult because people like to get excited while investing. So to maintain that, to have some patience and keep doing the right things even when the world around you is going crazy, that's the difficult part.
And TV news plays a lot of role in generating that excitement.
चलिए तो धनतेरस पर बाजारों में रौनक है, बाजार गुलजार हैं और जैसा हमने कहा कि 2 साल तक जो बाजार धन को तरस रहा था उसी बाजार में आज धन बरस रहा है.
Now I don't want you to say it's completely crap or it's completely great, but how credible is the investment advice that we get on TV news? How much of it is fluff, noise? How much of it is actual good numbers, good information?
So see, I can't give you the exact divide, but a lot of TV news is noise, and there is a very basic structural reason for it. When you buy a stock, any stock, and you want to hold it for the long term, what are you basically buying? You're basically buying the idea that in the years to come, the earnings of the company whose stock you have bought will continue to go up. And as a result, the stock price will go up and you will make money, right? Now, the earnings of any company are declared 4 times a year, what we call quarterly results, okay? The stock market is open 250 days a year. तो आपके पास 4 दिन की तो खबर आ गई, तो बाकी 246 दिन आप क्या करेंगे? The remaining 246 days, what do you do? And I mean, this is not to say that there is no other news on the remaining 246 days, but let's say, there are 10 other news days for a particular company. So it still leaves you with some 230 days, 240 days. So in those 230, 240 days, the channel anchor can't come on screen and say, आज कोई खबर नहीं है, इसलिए हम लोग कुछ नहीं करेंगे. ऐसा तो नहीं होता है. So there is space and there is time and it has to be filled up. So which is why there is a constant chatter which is going on. So to give you a very simple example, and this is back from the days when I used to watch a little bit of business news. So one of the things that they did every day was, let's say if a stock went up by 2% or it went down by 2%. So they would have this analysis on it. भाई 2% ऊपर नीचे तो कुछ भी हो सकता है एक दिन में, तो उस पर उतना बड़ा एनालिसिस करना which essentially tells you this is noise. Or take the case when some event is scheduled. So let's say the RBI's monetary policy is scheduled. So then they'll have 5 stocks which you should now buy after RBI's monetary policy. So these things are largely, so what keeps the TV news going is largely noise. And obviously in between that there is a little amount of credible journalism also happening, but then as a viewer you need to watch a lot of crap first to figure out what's the good thing going around.
So 7 to 5 p.m. you have to keep watching. And then
over a period of time you'll obviously, it's like you have to dig wide to dig deep. Right?
So when we watched, and we usually don't watch these channels, but we watched over the past 2 weeks.
You don't watch? I mean, you watch so
not
many
business channels, not business. But when we watched, especially the investment shows, there's a lot of conversation on buying. Kharido, munafa. And not much on selling or not much skepticism presented.
Right.
Why is that?
So see, again, this is a structural, it's a structural thing. So who are the experts appearing on all these business news channels? These are guys who are in the business of what is called OPM, which is other people's money. Okay, so in the business of managing other people's money, right? And what is their incentive? How do they make more money in life? They make more money by ensuring that the money that they manage keeps growing, right?
Okay.
How do they ensure that the money that they manage keeps growing? They do that by saying that stock market आगे बढ़ेगा, आप पैसा लगाइए, आप हमारे साथ पैसा लगाइए. So the entire incentive of the people who appear on these shows is to be positive all the time, because that is how they make more money in life.
Can't ignore what the markets have done, can you? It's been like a dhamaka year in all senses of the word.
And dhamaka year, Aisha, and I still don't think that party khatam hui hai.
I hope so.
Because what are markets, Aisha? Ultimately a reflection of economy.
Yeah.
And do you see any conflict of interest in trading websites like Upstocks, or most of the prime sponsors I think are involved in the trade, sponsoring these shows, or advertisers driven model?
So it's like, you know, I think conflict of interest is a weak term here. It is more of a structural problem. It's a problem as to how the entire business model is built. Now, you know, if you look at all these business news channels, who are the guys who are advertising on it? You know, you have stock brokerages, mutual funds, you know, wealth managers, insurance companies, banks. These are the primarily, you know, it's the kind of, or IPOs, right? So now it is in the interest of these institutions that the stock market keeps going up. You know? So because if the stock market keeps going up, these guys make more money. Now when these guys make more money, they advertise more. When they advertise more, the news channel makes more money. When the news channel makes more money, the anchor gets a higher bonus. So it's the structure which is like that. So they have no reason to go out there and say ki, you know, isko kharido mat, isko becho. So I'll give you another example. So take a case of a stock brokerage, right? How and I mean this is more of a, you know, historical example than a, you know, than a current one. But how did a stock brokerage make money? A stock brokerage makes money when you buy and sell stock through that brokerage, right? So when it comes to selling stock, the amount of money that a stock brokerage can make is limited to the number of people who have accounts with that brokerage. But when it comes to buying stock, you know, you can sell a story and you can get new guys onto that brokerage. So the entire model is built in a way where it makes sense to talk up things all the time. And you know, you can't really, and when you talk up stocks, you also have to talk up the economy, even though there is a huge disconnect.
Exactly. And this is what we heard during the Diwali week also. There was a lot of positivity around the economy. We've bounced back.
So which is true to some extent right now. I mean, it's not like things are not happening. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, you could see what is now being called as revenge consumption. So if you looked at the amount of crackers which were burst in Delhi, I mean, there were political reasons for it, but there was a lot of this revenge thing. You know, we've been inside for 2 years now, and let's go.
दिवाली में आप देखिए पटाखों की गड़गड़ाहट यहाँ पर मुझे सुनाई देती हुई दिख रही है. बहुत बढ़िया पकवान बने हुए हैं और मैं मान के चलता हूँ जिस हिसाब से हम लोगों ने शानदार रिटर्न्स आते हुए देखे हैं पिछले साल, अगले साल यहाँ पर आपको कम से कम डबल डिजिट गेन्स आते हुए दिखेंगे.
So that is happening, you know, it's limited to a certain section of the population. I mean, but there are other indicators which suggest otherwise. So if you look at something like a two-wheeler sales. Now, two-wheeler is the first thing that people buy when, you know, they sort of enter what is called middle class in India. Right? So two-wheeler sales this year have been very, very tepid, and they have been lower than they were in 2011-12, which is 10 years back. So that tells you that there is a problem with a large section of the economy. But ये आपको कोई नहीं बोलेगा TV news channel.
Okay, so very quickly now, if I am an investor or I am someone interested in the markets and I like watching these shows, I think they give me some information and I think I'll get rich watching them. Just 5 points that I should remember while watching them.
So 5, let me see if I can come up with 5. So first thing is, you know, a lot of news by the time it hits the TV news channels has already been traded on. So people have this information in advance and they have already bought or sold accordingly. So the news has been factored into the price. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Okay, And it may not have mattered in the last 20 months where everything's been going up, but in the long term, it does matter a lot. The second thing that, as I said, is that people appearing on these channels have an incentive to continuously keep talking up things. So which means that, inherently there has to be a certain amount of skepticism built in if you are investing in stocks by watching, TV news channels. Third thing I think that's important here is the fact that easy money cannot be made forever. This is again, and I mean, I find this very funny because, when the 2008 crash happened, and this is 13 years back, so even before the crash happened, a lot of people were like, this is going to continue forever. And I see the same enthusiasm and excitement right now where people, in stock market terms, the term that is used is that this time it is different. When you want to avoid thinking about what has happened previously, but it's never different. It's just that cycles take their own time to play out and nobody knows when. Fourth thing, which is again very, very cliched and it's very boring to talk about it right now, is the fact that the basic investment principles don't change, and the most basic investment principle, which technically is called asset allocation, and in simple terms, it's diversification, or don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. So don't bet your life savings on stocks. Even within stocks, spread out your money. If you're investing in mutual funds, ensure you're investing in 4-5 mutual funds. Have money in other asset classes, buy a little bit of gold, fixed deposits, even though they are giving you a negative rate of return, real negative rate of return right now. But ultimately, return of capital is also as important as return on capital, right? And and you have basically spread your money around, and this is how wealth is built over the long term. As we were talking, as me and Abhinandan were talking before we started this shoot, you may invest in the latest IPO and your money might double. When the stock lists, your 13,000 might become 26,000, but then big deal. How does that? Or you invest in cryptocurrency and 1,000 rupees becomes 1,500 rupees overnight. But okay, it's exciting, but then hua kya hai isse?
So keep the long term picture.
So keep the long term picture in mind, and I think finally, I mean, if investing is giving you a lot of excitement in life, I mean, then there's something really wrong with you. So
okay. Last question. We've had anchors who've been pulled up by SEBI for fraudulent trade practices. How prevalent do you think this is within the TV news, business news ecosystem?
See,
journalists, being involved in.
I think, it's like, how do I compare? There is a Delhi model of journalism and there's a Bombay model. In Delhi, journalists are close to politicians. In Bombay, journalists are close to all these money managers.
Okay.
Or they are close to companies and
business news is mostly Bombay centric.
Most of it. Yeah. I mean, if you leave out the IT companies and a few companies in Hyderabad and Gurgaon. So obviously they are close. So it's people have information, journalists have information which normal people don't. So this is a given. I mean, anyone who says that is wrong is essentially lying. Now the question is, how many people use this information to make money? It has happened. I mean, I know people who've done it in newspapers. But the thing is, when you did it in newspapers, the scale was small. आपने 2-4 दोस्तों को बोल दिया. इसमें क्या होगा कि इसमें the scale can be very, very big, because you can get into a sort of a alliance or a relationship or whatever you might call it with a stockbroker who can trade on your behalf, and then the money can be split. The money that's being made can be split in the form of cash. So this has happened. And this does happen. Now, how much of it is happening, I really don't know.
You don't know. Great. Thank you so much, Vivek, for taking out the time to speaking with us. I hope that was useful for all of you. Do catch all of Vivek's writings on vivekkaul.com.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो, मेरे खर्च पर आजाद है खबरें.